Hello everyone, just wanted to put out this quick video to talk about Dragonflight gearing. In Dragonflight, the rewards you receive from world content actually scale with your item level, so this can impact the order in which you would want to do certain activities, especially the ones with weekly lockouts. In the video linked in the description, I go into more detail about endgame activities in the first week, but in this video I want to quickly talk about the scaling aspect of world content gear and what I plan to do to optimize this. Now, these are very small optimizations, so for a lot of people, it doesn't really matter, but it's still what I'm going to do, so I thought I would share that with you all. There are multiple big weekly events in terms of the world content, which is the Dragon Scale Keep here, Dragon Bane Keep in the Waking Shores here. Then you have the Grand Hunt that you can see here on the map. That you can see gives an epic reward, and you also have the Community Feast over here in Iskara that also gives an epic reward. Now, since this scales with item level, I will actually first be doing a full world tour of M0s to get as many 372s as possible, and then I will complement this with buying specific 366 war mode gear. Now, the war mode gear, I already made a video on that earlier, but it's here in Valdrakken basically, where you can get 366 gear, like for example this weapon, for bloody tokens. And you also have like PvP world quests that give bloody tokens, but I'm not sure if any are up because I completed them already. And so I would use those specific pieces to complement the 372 gear that I have. I haven't done M0s yet because I haven't had the time to play, but I will be doing those over the weekend and then following this up with those weekly lockout events. The reason why I would first do the M0s is to get my item level up so that those specific epic bags drop higher item level gear. The other thing that I wanted to mention is that you can farm rare mobs, basically here in this area in the Obsidian Citadel, as well as in the Azure Span and Brackenhide Hollow. These rares, they drop gear that scales with your item level. So if you go do them at 330, you get like blue gear, but if you go do them at 370, you get epic gear that's like, I've had some friends that got 382 gear, for example, and it might actually scale even higher. Now, yesterday, a lot of people actually farmed these and they respawned every minute, and you could just keep farming them, trading gear to other people. Now they've been hotfixed to only have a daily lockout, so you can't farm them multiple times a day. But so what you might want to do is a world tour of these rares, kill them once a day to get that piece of gear. The one thing that I would say is that you really want to do them in a party of friends, because you can actually trade this gear to other people. So it's just more efficient to do it more people, so that you can trade gear you don't need to your friends that need the gear, and vice versa. Finally, the other thing that I want to mention is this aiding the Accord quest that you can pick up here in Valdrakken from this NPC in front of the stairs of the main hall. For that quest, you need to achieve 4000 rep, and then you can get this Valdrakken treasures. Now, on the beta, these treasures scaled not only with your level, but also with your item level. So there's two things to mention here. And perhaps the first thing is to talk about the Legion expansion and how some of these boxes used to work there. In Legion, you had daily emissary boxes, which had a relatively decent chance of containing a legendary. And while many people wrongfully believed these boxes to roll their loot when you obtained them, they actually rolled their loot when you opened them. So what I did in Legion is I actually stored a lot of these boxes. I had like 60 boxes ready for the first patch. And in that first patch, new legendaries came out. I just opened 60 boxes and I got the new legendary in 2 minutes of that new patch. And since that legendary was the best one for my class, I immediately had it, which was really beneficial. And so I think that these boxes will work the exact same way. The loot isn't rolled when you get the box, the loot is rolled when you open the box. So that means two things. I will be doing this weekly quest every week, but I won't be opening the box. I'm keeping the box for when I need the item. Now, currently, because no raid or mythic plus is open, like the most difficult content is M0, and you can really do that as a 330 eye level person. It's super easy to do. So I'm just going to save these boxes for when we enter the raid, and then depending on like the level of your guild, if you're a normal raiding guild, then I would just open it as I enter the normal raid. If I'm a heroic raiding guild, I would open it as I enter the heroic raid. And if I'm a mythic raiding guild, then I would actually wait until after I've done heroic, open them, because heroic will make my item level go even higher. And I think nobody really knows how high these items scales. On the beta, I've seen this drop 402. It might go even higher. Nobody really knows, I think. But there isn't really a price to not open them, because you don't need this gear right now for the content that's available. So that's why I would store these and then open them when the first season launches. The other thing that you can do with your alts is these quests you can actually pick up immediately if you've unlocked adventure mode on your alt. So you can just fly your alt here with dragon riding, which is also account bound, get this quest, and then as you level, you get the 4000 rep, you turn this in. You don't even need to like level to max level. You turn it in, but you save the box. If you open the box at a lower level, you get like lower level loot. But if you wait until 70, and then if you even wait a bit longer until you get higher item level, the item level of that reward will scale up. So this can actually be a really, really nice thing if you want to have multiple alts with relatively high item level gear, is you can just save these boxes to open them at a later point. Obviously, I can't guarantee that it's going to work like that. We'll see in 2 weeks when I open them. Hopefully, this will have worked like that, which would be a nice bonus. But in the end, I don't really lose anything by waiting with opening these boxes. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know and I'll address them in the comments of the video. As I said, I'm not entirely sure when this world content gear, until when this world content gear keeps scaling, but since you don't really need this gear to clear M0s, I would advise people to just try and be efficient about the order in which they complete these activities. So just to quickly summarize, what I think the best way to do this is you do your M0 tour, which is going to raise your item level hopefully to like 370. I haven't really done this yet, so I'm not sure what item level I would end up with. Then do the daily rares in the Dragonbane Keep and Obsidian Citadel, as well as here in the Azure Span if you have the time. You do them with a group so that you again can trade the gear quite easily. You fill out some of the slots where you still have greens with War Mode gear, the 366 gear, and that will give you the highest item level. Then you would do these weekly events such as the Grand Hunt, Dragonbane Keep, and the Community Feast. And then you also have this Aiding the Accord quest that you do every week, but you don't turn in the box. You save the box until the Season 1 opens with the raid. And then you would use the box either after your first raid or at the point you start struggling to get the highest item level piece you can, which will hopefully help you at that point. Alright, I hope this was helpful. If you have any comments or questions, let me know and I'll do my best to help. Thank you.